Yeah, the new FM 101.9. Mirrorly Kelly in the FM 101.9 Music Hall with the band Better Than Ezra. Let's go around here. Singer and guitarist Kevin Griffin, Tom Drummond on bass, and drummer Carrie Bonacaz.
Hello. She did it right.
Welcome, guys. Otherwise known as Better Than Ezra, Good is one of the songs that we play from Deluxe,
Yes.
the second album. Though it's the first one on Elektra, a major record label. Surprise came out in 1990 on a small independent label.
Swell Records, great people.
Yeah.
The cassette.
Only as a cassette.
Only as a cassette.
Oh, you have such indie credibility.
We are Swell Records.
Better Than Ezra in town for a show tonight at Dragonfly. L.A. is a very long way from New Orleans. And when I think of New Orleans, and I think when a lot of people think of New Orleans, they don't think of rock and roll. They think of jazz, Cajun, Neville Brothers. Are there other bands like you?
People also think Nine Inch Nails now. Because, Trent Reznor's moved to New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Down the street, actually.
Down the
A few
street.
blocks over.
And Brad Pitt's moved in right next door.
That's not true.
It is true. Well, he has moved in the Garden District.
That's
We live in the
right.
Garden District. It's an area just south of downtown.
Which is also a couple of blocks from Anne Rice.
Ah.
Yeah,
So
we walk the dog past Ann Rice's
So
house.
authors and musicians, a lot of people are actually moving to Austin, Texas these days, but so it seems like a little scene is sprouting out down in New Orleans.
And that's kind of like you're getting back to your question, I guess, because a lot of, New Orleans has always been a jazz and R&B area, and finally a lot of rock and roll bands, different types, are either locating there or are finally getting recognition, and so it's exciting, to finally get support from like radio and press and stuff down there, and the clubs, a lot of great clubs are open down there, and it's a nice place, a real healthy music scene as opposed to, as far as the live music scene here in LA. We lived here a year and a half, and and just the nature of the city, it's hard for a band playing live.
Like Kevin said, local radio down there is starting to be more supportive. So it's great.
It's nice.
So that's the difference, the clubs and the radio. I mean, how else can you have a scene without that kind of support?
In LA, you've got like the clubs and just really strange parts of towns, and these people. And you're in a band. We've done this. You've got your little cards, and you want your friends to come, and you basically ask them, "Well, come see our band. We're on a bill with 6 other bands. We're going to play 20 minutes, and it's a $10 cover charge. And if you want a cranberry juice, it's a $5. But come on down, and it's
And
just
we go on after the main band
and
as
we
well
and we go out to the main band,
on a Tuesday night.
It's
Now,
just-
were
it's
you
tough.
sharing bills with, I don't know, like some crazy jazz, funk, punk rock Cajun band, or was it all pretty much,
in LA?
back in New Orleans, or are there enough of you that you can have 5 of your similar type bands on the same bill?
Well, actually, I was speaking about LA. That's the way
Yeah.
how unhealthy this is. But
Right.
down there, we're lucky that we can have our own show, and we can choose. The band friends. We have a lot of friends who are in bands, and we choose them to support the band. So we can kind of like call the shots. Luckily down there, because that's our home. That's our stomping grounds, I guess.
Well, I guess L.A. the second home, and you get to headline tonight at Dragonfly,
Yeah.
Better Than Ezra. How about something from Deluxe?
Okay, let's do it. Actually, we're the 4th of 8 bands tonight. So that's a joke.
It's a joke.
We live not far from the Dragonfly on Beechwood Drive, and this is a song. This is the song that you guys play, and it was written in this little apartment. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking around the house, hidden behind the window and the door, searching for watching the sun trace shadows on the floor, searching around the house, but there's nobody home. Yeah. Now maybe I'll call or I'll write you a letter, or maybe we'll see on the 4th of July. But I'm not too sure, and I'm not too proud. Well, I'm not too sure, and I'm not too proud to say, it's good living with you, it's good, it's good living with you, it's good, yeah, you were so good. Yeah, you were so good.
Wow, can you top that? Better Than Ezra is with us, heating things up in the music hall. You guys were talking about the early days a few minutes ago and, having to beg friends to come see you. And before we went on the air, you guys were sort of strumming along with the Dion Ferris song we were playing. Did you ever have to spend time, serve time in a cover band?
I don't know what you'd be talking about. I guess when we all met in '88. We were students at LSU in Baton Rouge, and we wanted to start playing parties and the local bars and the college bars, and and we played like I guess 50-50 covers to original songs, and luckily people enjoyed our original songs as much as the covers. But that's how we got established in Baton Rouge, and just to get the people out. In LA, everybody's an original band, and that maybe that's why it's really hard as a band. But down there, if you can just get a crowd following you, then you can just slide in your own songs. And then in 1990, our cassette came out, and then from then on, it was all original.
I think it's easier, plus being in a all college town, a big college town.
There's people
And
who...
starting with songs that people know, and just playing. We used to play
a little
lot
more,
of fraternities.
a little more open to originals, as opposed to.
And we always did
actually, there was
interesting
just
covers.
Actually, it's just the opposite, because there we had to start with cover songs, and once we started doing well, I guess just doing cover songs, then we would sneak in originals, and then finally it got to where people didn't know the difference, because we were doing fairly obscure cover songs even at the time.
Just don't tell them.
And they started liking it. Yeah,
They
just
don't know.
started requesting. It turns out they started requesting our songs, and just it kind of snowballed from there, because it turns out that either people would move away, or they would tell their friends, and they were sending these cassettes everywhere. Bootlegs were huge.
We
down
found
there.
we found it if we told people one of our songs was somebody else's, they really enjoyed it a lot more, and then we would.
So actually, we were REM for a while.
We were REM. Actually, one of our early hits was a Depeche Mode song.
Yeah.
Remember that?
It's the covert way to get
The covert
attention.
way.
And apparently you guys got a lot of attention. I've heard that you were courted by a lot of major record labels. Everybody wanted to sign you, and I guess when you were at the level you were at, that's where you want to get to.
We dated a few, yeah.
Actually, courting, it's really funny, because they actually do send, like, we're three guys, and they would send the ladies that worked at the label, and we would go on dates on them, and they would pick up the tab, and it would just really, if you kind of hit it off, if you had the second date, then you'd start business talks.
So that's the secret. Pretend you're REM and date the label.
That's it.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
But really, what is the process? Do you go to see them and get all nervous, or do label people come and see you in your
it was
Starts they come to
habitat?
see you,
yeah.
and
little
then
both.
once they really are interested, then they fly you to meet their
Their representatives. We were actually when we were in L.A. we would rehearse over at Cole Rehearsal Studios, which is a block away from where the Dragonfly is, and we did a few showcases. And you talk about a very unsettling experiences. I mean, you're sitting in there with these 3 record guys, maybe a publisher or something, and they're just like saying to themselves, they're stroking their chin, going, "Okay, impress me." And it was funny because
it's very depressing.
it is depressing, and it's really hard to keep going because those people would. A few times we were offered a small deals which were really really bad deals, but a lot of times we were just like, I don't hear the hit.
Exactly. They just didn't get it.
So that's it.
That's the LA thing.
That's it. That's actually, and so we had just finished recording a second demo up here, and we've luckily got a really nice following down south in the southeast, and we had been in LA for a while, and we'd just gotten hooked up with a manager who we got along really well with. And we were like, okay, we've got a little money saved from these shows we fly down and do. Let's put out our own album, go back home, which we were all hesitant to do because we felt like we're taking a step backwards, going from Louisiana to LA and then like with our tail between our legs and going back home. Yeah. And we put out Deluxe, and it was South by Southwest, I think, a year ago
Austin,
today.
Texas, yeah.
Austin, which started the ball rolling for us. The calls and stuff. It was so nerve-wracking because our manager had been through this process before. He's been around in the business, but we were like every label that would call, we were like, let's do it, And it's really hard.
Crazy.
It's a heartbreaking business.
But the album, I don't know if many people know this or not, there's actually 2 demos put together.
Yeah.
We would record a demo here and shop it around, and nobody would get it. So we recorded another one, and nobody got that. So we put them together and moved back to.
Some people did. There were some believers.
There were some believers.
People at BMI and some people here in the studio were like.
Apparently, Elektra Records believed in you enough to put out the deluxe
They're
album.
wonderful people.
And I know there's another song on it that you are itching to do.
We are itching.
Better than Ezra playing with us in the music hall.
This is a song. I guess it's kind of actually we recorded this in a place called Fortress. We didn't record it. We wrote it in Fortress. Recording our practice studios over on Highland.
Selma.
On Selma.
Yeah.
Crack Central.
Sisters.
And this is a song we were like, oh man, God, it would be really nice to be home in Louisiana right now. So we
This is
wrote
actually
this
the
song.
first time we've done this song.
We've never done this acoustic, so let's see how it works. Light descending like the color of rain, July or fall. One thing will never change. Down and down, you found this city has you on your back. You long for her to take you away, and I want a southern girl. I need a southern girl. I want a southern girl. Scent of pine drifting by. Her hand traces lazy on your neck. Sunlight through the trees recalls a better time. Kids and dogs running by. She smiles as she drinks iced tea. Retire to the room. It's easy to see that I want a southern girl. I need a southern girl. I want a southern girl.
guys are great. You guys are good.
You guys are great, man. Woo!
Just a bunch of Southern boys, better than Ezra. The
Transplants.
album is deluxe, and that was Southern Girl. You know,
Southern California girl. I'm sorry, everyone.
I hesitate to say this, but I heard a little bit of Neil Young in there.
Did you?
You know, play the first two chords.
That was actually Kevin. That wasn't Neil.
Think about Down by the River.
Okay, let's see. I don't see where you hear the.
No, that's Fade Away or whatever.
No, okay.
Play the first two chords. No, the first two chords of Southern Girl.
That's okay.
No, the first two chords. Down by the river, I shot my baby.
Down by the river.
Well, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But
Some people say that. I mean, we've got like harvests and stuff, but you never really know what kind of influences you're drawing on when you write a song.
because me hearing that was like, okay, well, definitely these guys have nothing to do with jazz and Louis Armstrong and Harry Connick Jr. You know, you are your own breed of pop and rock and roll.
It's a hybrid. It's a rock and roll monster we created.
Better Than Ezra, playing tonight at Dragonfly. It's sold out, which you should be pretty happy
Did it really?
about. Yeah.
Really? Is this? Wow. Cool.
That is the
cool.
truth.
I mean, we used to be like excited to get 25 people over at Club Lingerie. It was like.
We do have 2 pairs of tickets left, and Rich, I hope you can help me out with this. If you haven't won anything from FM 101.9 the last 30 days, 2 pairs of tickets available. 5th caller on each of our lines gets a pair of tickets from LA or the Valley, 520 KSCA. Anywhere else, call us up at 1-800-777-1019. Better Than Ezra tonight at the Dragonfly in Hollywood. And if you can't go then, you guys are coming back March 25th at the Troubadour.
The tickets are on sale now.
Oh,
Doug
good.
Weston's Troubadour.
I didn't want to say that, but they are on sale.
Are they on sale?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you'll be in LA for a few weeks, or are you doing a little
no.
mini tour?
We're going up to
We're doing a huge tour.
Seattle.
we're going up to the grunge capital.
We're on a 4-month tour right now, and we're like 1 week into it. So
There's this new thing.
they're already hurting.
I don't know if LA people have heard about it. There's this new thing up in Seattle, and it's called grunge.
Really?
Yeah. It's like flannel shirts and stuff like that. It's
Kinda like
huge.
Grime thing.
And if you haven't heard, there's this new band from New Orleans. They're called Better Than Ezra, and we thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.